probably You're probably wondering what that was. That's a tail coming out of the back of a newborn. You don't see that every day. If you look really carefully, you can see that there's a mound underneath that tail. So that is a sign that the spinal column has been disrupted. We call that spinal dysraphism. One thing to look for on any newborn is a tuft of hair or a collection of blood vessels called a hemangioma or a collection of fat on the surface of the skin. All of these point to other spinal dysraphisms and will be a sign that that newborn needs to be checked out a lot more carefully.
Okay, because this right here is the part of the genetics that is expressing itself the most. Monkeys have tails, mice have tails, cows have tails, dogs, wolves, they have tails, and this is all a part of their genome. And what happens is over time they have tried to develop a way to suppress that gene from expressing itself, but as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. This gene is going to express itself even more. And on top of that, those that actually were born with the tail, their tails are growing back. Also, this is why you see races of people which you have with your scoliosis of the spine. Also, they have a coxy tail at the end. This is part of animal genetics. This is not something that's like some abnormal phenomenon. When you share DNA with animals, those genes are wanting to express themselves. Nothing wants to stay in dormant. Just like a flu, a fucking virus, they don't want to stay dormant. They want to express themselves. They want to attach. They want to live. So your genes want to express themselves. And if you have wolf, dog, and all that shit, you should expect your genes to express. Your DNA makes up your phenotype. I don't care what medical terminologies that they want to give you to try to throw you off. I would simply ask a doctor, well, the simple thing is, let's do a blood test and find out what animals that this baby shares the most genetics with. And I guarantee you this is a complex cell. 100% this is a complex cell baby. You would never see any black person, so-called black person, be born with that right there. Abundance and gratitude. This is science facts, not hatred. This is science facts. Once we start to be able to deal with science, biology, chemistry, neurology, physics, when we're able to deal with that a lot better and you're able to accept who and what you are, you will live a lot more better on this planet. We wouldn't be in total confusion of asking ourselves, why is these people doing this? Why is these certain group of people acting this type of way? Because when you share DNA with an aggressive, violent species, you will present those characteristics will come out. Whether you make up wars to help to help deal with some of those characteristics, whether you come up with sports, you know what I mean, that are violent to help you deal with some of those characteristics, it doesn't make a bit of a difference. Those characteristics are going to display themselves because it is a part of your DNA. Period. Abundance and gratitude to all.